Another day, another story. Gravity is real, and it's actually the reason planets don't fall in a straight line down. Instead, they keep orbiting around the Sun. Here's why. Welcome to Tabo Eminent Channel. Planets are constantly moving through space at high speeds. But the Sun's gravity pulls them inward, creating a balance between their forward motion and the pull of gravity. This results in an orbit, a continuous falling motion around the Sun rather than straight down. Think of it like swinging a ball on a string. The ball wants to fly off in a straight line, but the tension in the string pulls it toward your hand, keeping it moving in a circle. In the case of planets, the Sun's gravity acts like the string, keeping them in orbit. So, planets are falling, just not in a straight line, but around the Sun. Why the planets don't fall? A long time ago, when the universe was still young, the planets were born from swirling clouds of dust and gas. Each planet had its own personality. Some were fiery and restless, like Mars, while others, like Jupiter, were enormous and full of storms. One day, a curious little star named Sol, the Sun, noticed the planets spinning around it and asked, "Why don't you all just fall down?" The planets laughed. Earth, always the thoughtful one, explained, "Oh, we are falling. But we're also moving so fast that we never crash." Sol looked confused, so Mercury, the speedy little planet closest to the Sun, chimed in. Imagine you throw a rock really, really far. If you throw it fast enough, it won't hit the ground, it'll keep missing and go all the way around the world. Saturn, always the storyteller, added, "That's what we're doing. Long ago, when we were born, we were moving through space really fast. Then your gravity grabbed us, like an invisible rope, and now we're stuck in an endless dance around you." The Sun thought about this and smiled. "So, my gravity holds you close, but your speed keeps you from falling straight in?" "Exactly," said Earth. "It's a perfect balance. Too slow, and we'd fall into you. Too fast, and we'd fly away into the darkness. But just right. And we keep dancing forever." And so, for billions of years, the planets have continued their graceful dance around the Sun, never falling, never flying away, just spinning through the vast, endless sky. The dance of the planets. Long ago, before time had a name, the universe was a vast and swirling ocean of dust and fire. Deep within its glowing heart, a mighty force began to stir, a newborn star, young and full of energy. This was Sol, the Sun, destined to shine for billions of years. As Sol ignited, its warmth spread across the surrounding space, drawing in the scattered pieces of dust and rock. These pieces clumped together, spinning, colliding, and growing larger, until at last, they became the first planets, tiny at first, but full of potential. One by one, they began to move, each finding its own path around their bright new leader. But something troubled little Mercury, the closest of them all. He zipped around Sol faster than anyone, but he feared what would happen if he slowed down. "If I stop moving, will I fall into the Sun?" Mercury asked nervously. Sol, who had grown wise, smiled gently. "Yes, little one. But you are fast, and your speed keeps you from falling. You are not alone, watch your brothers and sisters." Mercury turned to see the other planets, each moving in their own way. Venus twirled gracefully, her golden clouds swirling like a dancer's veil. Earth, covered in blue and green, spun steadily, humming a quiet tune of life. Mars, bold and red, leapt forward like a warrior, daring to chase his elder siblings. Further away, the great gas giants rumbled. Jupiter, the mightiest, spun with such energy that storms swirled across his face. Saturn, the artist, wore shimmering rings of ice and dust, trailing behind him like a royal cloak. Uranus, the silent dreamer, rolled on his side, while Neptune, the distant wanderer, whispered secrets to the cold beyond. What keeps us from floating away into the darkness? The Sun's gravity holds us close, like an invisible hand. But we are also moving, always moving. We are not just falling, we are dancing. Sol beamed with pride. Yes. It is the balance between my pull and your motion that keeps you safe. It is the same force that binds the stars, the same force that shapes the galaxies. Gravity is the great embrace that holds the universe together. The planets understood, and they rejoiced. They had not been placed in the heavens by accident, they were part of a grand design, a cosmic waltz that would last for billions of years. And so, to this day, they continue their eternal dance, orbiting, spinning, and gliding through the endless sea of stars, never falling, never stopping, just moving, forever, in perfect harmony. The eternal dance of the cosmos far beyond the reach of time. Before the first light ever flickered, the universe was quiet, a vast, endless darkness waiting to awaken. Then, in a moment of unimaginable power, a great explosion shattered the silence. This was the beginning, the birth of everything. From the fiery chaos, stars began to take shape, glowing embers in the black void. Among them was a young, golden star, Sol. He burned brightly, his warmth stretching across the newborn sky, calling forth worlds from the dust. One by one, the planets were born, swirling into existence like children drawn to their parent. Mercury, swift and restless, raced closest to the sun, his rocky surface scarred by the heat. Venus, cloaked in golden mist, moved with slow grace, her thick clouds swirling like a dream. Then came Earth, full of promise, her oceans whispering ancient songs. She cradled something precious, life, the rarest gift in the universe. Mars, her fiery brother, longed to be like her, but his rivers ran dry, leaving him lonely and quiet. Beyond them, the giants ruled, Jupiter, the mighty king, whose storms roared for centuries, Saturn, the elegant one, adorned with rings of ice and dust, Uranus, the tilted dreamer, drifting on his side, and Neptune, the silent guardian of the distant dark. For eons, they all moved in harmony, pulled by the sun's invisible hand. Yet, one day, a visitor arrived, a wanderer from the edge of the cosmos. A great comet, wild and untamed, streaked across the sky, its icy tail glowing like a sword of light. You are free to choose your path, traveler. But remember, all things in the universe are bound by a great rhythm. The force that pulls you now is the same that holds my children close. Gravity is not a chain, it is the music of the cosmos. The comet, understanding at last, let itself be caught in the sun's embrace, not to crash, but to curve. It danced around Sol in a great arc, then flung itself back into the dark, promising to return one day. The planets cheered, for they had witnessed the beauty of balance, the delicate thread that wove them all together. And so, the eternal dance continued, planets spinning, comets wandering, and stars burning, all moving in the great, endless symphony of the universe. The keeper of orbits deep in the fabric of the cosmos, where time flowed like a river of stardust, the planets danced around Sol, their eternal partner in the sky. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel.